Hey everyone, I am back. This is Renee from Coastline Pilates, and I'm here to give you more interviews. Yes, if you remember during lockdown time, during COVID, back in 2020, I did some great interviews with people, and the talk then was a lot about self-care and how people were taking care of themselves during COVID, how their businesses were pivoting and what they were actually doing to take care of themselves. Well, now I've got more interviews with different wellness people. These are pre-recorded interviews and they'll be posted online and you'll be able to see them on Wednesdays, and we're calling it Wellness Wednesdays. And my first guest to kick this off is Dr. Julie Gray. Julie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Julie Gray. I own Piton Physical Therapy. It is a mobile practice servicing the Toms River Jackson area. I travel up to 30 minutes outside of my home, which I live in Jackson. So that's kind of like Lower Monmouth, Upper Freehold Township. Specialize in helping people with pain, like shoulder pain, knee pain, arthritis, tendonitis, but also have specialties in helping people with like dizziness and vertigo and concussion symptoms.
And, I'm so glad that I found out about you. And when I heard about what you did, and I love the idea of, just the mobile, you going to other people's houses. And then, of course, because of what I do in dealing with clients, in working with clients that that are just looking to get stronger through their core and understand more about balance. I work the physical side of what I can teach them, but we've had some great conversations about the other systems in the body and, how, what you do can really help improve people's balance in a different way. And so I know I'm kind of stepping ahead, but Dr. Julie will be doing a workshop at Coastline Pilates, and she'll be talking more about how to improve your balance and talk more about dizziness. But tell us more about, what you do and the clients that you work with.
Sure. So I have been a therapist now for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The whole reason why I pursued physical therapy was, I'll give you a little bit of like my background, is that I was kind of interested in it. I heard about it, I heard people talking about it, but I had no idea anything. And really my family, nobody is in healthcare at all. It's like a miracle that I'm in healthcare because my family's not even good about like going to doctors or exercising. It makes my life real fun. So actually when I was in high school, I lived with my grandfather, and a physical therapist came to the house to help him because he was diagnosed with cancer and was having side effects, problems with his balance and strength because of the chemotherapy. So I got to see the therapist come to the house, and she worked with him, and I saw him get stronger and his pain get less. And it was all very, like functional things like squatting at the counter and going up and down the stairs and working on his balance. And I thought that was really cool. She would just like go into people's houses and treat people and go to the next person, and you really get to know people really closely that way. So once I went to college, I pursued physical therapy, kind of thinking like, I think I want to do this, but wasn't really too sure, but didn't want to go into college undecided. So I was pursuing that in college, doing all the prerequisites, and then I started volunteering at a few different clinics. You have to have volunteer hours and work hours in order to even apply to PT school. So I started working and volunteering, and that's when I really fell in love with it. It just clicked with me. I just knew that this is what I wanted to do. I loved getting to know people and talking to people, and really how it's all about teaching people to be stronger and to be better with what they already possess. It's just about maximizing it. So everybody comes from different backgrounds. They have different strengths and abilities, but that doesn't mean you have to live your life with pain or live your life with dizziness. You know, in a way, we're kind of like coaches. We're giving you the tools to say, okay, well, this muscle's weak, so here's how you need to strengthen it in order to reduce the shoulder pain. Or here, this, part of your balance system isn't working as strong as the other things are. So here's an exercise that we're going to work on to help target it. So I love that because it doesn't need to be this fancy, elaborate thing. It's just working with what you got. And I love that. So that's a little bit about me.
Good. And I firsthand, Dr. Julie and I got together and she gave me an evaluation, and this might be a surprise to some of you, but I am human and I have imbalances just like you do. And I do Pilates to keep myself more in balance. And at the time when I met with Dr. Julie, I definitely was having a little bit more ongoing issues, and I just haven't had a chance to get back to getting to my massages and doing some other, wellness things that I typically do for myself because I've been busy and we are working a lot. And, you gave me such a great evaluation. You gave me exercises to do. And for me, it was a matter of just getting back to my routine. And it was a great reassurance for me that, what I'm doing in Pilates works and is helping me. It's just getting back to my routine because, like everybody else, sometimes you just fall off of that because just life gets in the way. Absolutely. What I loved about what you did in working with you is, besides you just being so knowledgeable, and I love that we could just share a great conversation with each other. You know so much about the body with the exercises that you gave me, afterwards. And then, too, even like the app too. That was all just great to see pictures of all that, which I hope to one day have pictures on my website more when I give my clients what to do, which is also a good thing. But, I love that. And I was also talking to you about my daughter, which during COVID, she got, she had a lot of imbalances going on, dizziness, and she had the vertigo. And I know you were telling me more about, the systems, in the body, and the ear that I'm looking at behind you back there.
Yeah, I can grab that. I don't want to give too much away because we're going to be doing a whole talk on it. But this is our inner ear complex. So this crazy snail looking end, I hold it the right way, but this crazy snail looking end, it's more of the part for hearing. And then this is more of the part for balance. So this is really what I specialize in, is this whole balance system here. So I won't go too much into the anatomy and things like that, but this is part of our balance system. We have our eyes, our visual system, our inner ear, which is this complex. It's about the size of a dime. It lives very deep into the temporal bone over here. And then we have our joint sense, which is our ability to kind of navigate our world in space. So, if you have a weakness in one of those areas, you're going to have potentially dizziness, vertigo, lightheadedness, nausea, and just general balance problems if one of those systems is a little weaker than another.
Thank you. And you know what, when I was telling my daughter, and I said, I think you'll probably be at school when we do this. So we'll be able to do things virtually. So those of you that are still uneasy about coming into the studio, we haven't picked a date yet. It's going to be in March. And I'll let you all know that as soon as we have the date, we have the time all picked out, because you definitely will not want to miss that. I know my Samantha doesn't want to miss it at all. But before we end, tell me what you're watching these days on Netflix, or if you've been reading, anything good.
Sure. So I'll tell you both. So for Netflix, I don't watch a ton of TV, but sometimes just like background noise while cooking dinner. I can't even remember the exact name of it. It's like Amazing Vacation Homes or something like that. So it's just a series that every episode they go to 3 different Airbnbs or rentals, and they'll do like an extravagant one, a luxury one, and maybe like more of like a budget one, and they go to travel all these different places. So I like seeing all the houses and the stays and the experiences, because there's things like, oh, this is $15,000 a night. Okay, sure. Not gonna happen. So that's been fun. And then as far as what I'm reading, I am reading a book by Dave Ramsey. It's called Entre Leadership. So it's all about the entrepreneur and leadership and how you combine both of those two in your business. It's been really insightful and a really great book.
Good. That's cool. Well, I'll tell you my little secret.
Yeah, tell me.
Big Little Lies or Liars. My kids like to make fun of me, but I saw the series. Did you watch? By any chance, did you watch that little?
No.
Okay, it was so good. It was Reese Witherspoon was in it, Nicole Kidman, and my son's girlfriend just gave me the book to read. Which, you know, when you read the book, you get all those details. So all those great, fine little details of not understanding what quite was going on in Reese Witherspoon's head and Nicole Kidman. Now I got all those little details. So now I got to go back and watch. I got to go back and watch the series because I'm like, ooh, I got to understand things more. But
that's awesome.
Anyway, this was great. This was amazing. I'm glad. I hope everybody enjoyed this, getting a chance to meet you. And if you come to the studio to take a mat class, you'll see Dr. Julie. She has started to come to some of our mat classes on Thursdays. So you'll get a chance to meet her and talk to her. So have a great day, everyone. And I'll
Thanks
see
for
you
having me
on Wednesday. All right. Take care.